Get in! It's just finished. West Ham United 1, Manchester United 0. Welcome to Talk a Good Game. 3 points for West Ham, and surely that is us staying up. We can focus on European football now. But what a performance that was tonight. Every single player out there was fantastic for West Ham. Some better than others, but our worst performing player had a really good game this evening. We were brilliant. We deserved that. The goal was fluky, does not matter. We thoroughly deserve the 3 points tonight. Fantastic performance. Oh, it's just, we can breathe now. We've been waiting for this performance. You know, after the defeats to Crystal Palace, Liverpool, you're starting to get a little bit worried. Is our Conference League semi-finals going to get impacted by the Premier League? Well, not anymore. The first leg might do, but we can now rest up against Brentford next weekend. But what a fantastic performance that was by West Ham tonight. We needed it. We really needed it. There were some big performances from big players out there, and we thoroughly deserved all 3 points. We are staying up. Bring on Thursday night. Bring on the Conference League. Let's go win it. And let's turn what has been a bit of a miserable season into a brilliant end. We play like that on Thursday. We play like that the following Thursday. And I'll fancy your chances of getting to the final of the Conference League as well. We were superb. Honestly, the relief watching that, we deserved it. We fucking deserved it as well. We were absolutely brilliant. Let's do the highlights, shall we? The biggest one, the biggest talking point, I suppose, for Man United fans, but not for West Ham fans. Benrahma made it 1-0 in the 27th minute. It's a De Gea howler. There's no other way of wording this, is there? He's caught off guard here. He's backtracking. He's not expecting Benrahma to shoot from there, but he does. He shifts it. He's got no other option. Benrahma's got nothing. He's surrounded by 3 Man United players. He's going nowhere. Hits it. It trickles into the bottom corner. How he doesn't keep it out, I do not know. But I don't care. This is sometimes when you come across an opportunity like that and the only option is to shoot, what's the worst that can happen? He saves it. Big deal. But we made it 1-0. Fluky. Very fluky. But, like I said, we deserve the 3 points come the end of the game. And then the big controversy, right, we won, right? But I'm still going to... This is still... shit. Right, handball by Lindelof. It's corruption. It's corruption at its finest. Benrahma involved this time, tries to play into the 6-yarder. Lindelof moves his arm towards the ball. There's no getting away from it. He's 3 yards away from Benrahma. It's not that close. It's close enough. It's not that close. But he literally moves towards the ball with his arm. It's a stonewall penalty. I'm quite sympathetic towards referees on this channel. There's a lot of the laws in football I don't disagree with, and I will say it is a penalty or it's not a penalty. I just don't like the rule, but it's within the laws. This there's no excuse for this not being given as a penalty. There's only 2 possible reasons. The first one is because it's at half time. VAR hasn't taken a longer look at it as they should have done. Unlikely. Or there's a second reason. VAR check the badge and then carry on, will you? If that was down the other end, that's given. That is given as a penalty against us, and I've got no doubt about that whatsoever. Said about Thiago, I'll say it about Lindelof. There's only 3-4 games left, depending who you support between now and the end of the season. We will see a penalty given before the end of the season for a handball just like that, even lesser of a handball just like that. How we were not given a pen for that, I do not know. And obviously at this time, it's now half-time, 1-0 up. It's such a huge game. It's a massive game for West Ham. It's a massive game for Man United, but it's also a massive game for Liverpool, for Newcastle, for Leeds, for Everton. That call could really impact how everybody else gets on this season. Fortunately, it doesn't. But should Man United have gone on to get something out of that game, it's hard not to feel like you've been mugged off by the FA massively. And just because we've won, I'm not just going to pretend it doesn't look like corruption. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? Well, if it looks like corruption and stinks like corruption, it's probably fucking corruption. But there's no other way from not giving that penalty. Shocking, absolute shocking decision. Anyway, at halftime, I was happy with what I saw. Man United in the first half had more chances. Man United in the first half had better chances. They hit the post a couple of occasions well. But I thought we were playing well. I thought defensively we were doing okay, despite them having opportunities. A lot of it was from long distance. A lot of their chances were coming from efforts from outside the 18-yarder, like Christian Eriksen, for example. But I thought we were playing well. I thought we were working really hard. I thought nobody was hiding out there. All 11 players for West Ham are putting in a massive shift, taking responsibility for their job. There was no one hiding whatsoever, and everybody stood up and had been counted, and I was delighted at halftime. I say delighted. I was really happy at halftime. A little bit wary of what was to come in the second half, but so far, so good. We had a lead, and did we deserve it? Do you know something I thought was quite... The first 45, I thought was quite fair, right? I thought it was quite fair. However, the second half, we thoroughly deserved to go on and win that game. We were unlucky. Come the end of the 90 minutes, we were unlucky to have only won 1-0, in all honesty, because we were superb in that second half. We took advantage of being 1-0 up. And the game suited us, allowed us to be a little bit more counter-attacking. There's a lot of our build-up play tonight that was sensational. The second goal that was disallowed. I mean, we had 2 goals disallowed in the second half. One from Michail Antonio. And do you know something? I'm not going to complain about this one. If this was down the other end of the pitch, I'd probably want it disallowed. Is it soft? It is. But does Antonio have his arm across to here? Yes. Does he impede De Gea that much? Probably not. But then there's a high foot as well, which Antonio knocks it into the net with. So I'm not too disgruntled with that one being disallowed, because I think there's 2 things there that I can take it. Like I said, if it was against West Ham, I'd be wanting that goal disallowed. I'd be wanting it chalked off. But it's just a shambles from De Gea. He's all over the gaff. You could tell his confidence is gone whatsoever. He's fucked up in the first half, and you could see it in the second half, because he'd go on to drop another cross as well when very lightly challenged by, I think it was a girl that challenged him the second time. He was in pieces to here, and he was a bit lucky the referee gave it. It's one of them, though. Had the referee not given a free kick, would VAR have overturned it? I'm not so sure, to be honest with you, because like I said, soft calls, but I get it, right? It's fine. The second one, we're just unlucky. Listen, is Souček offside? Yeah, of course he is. There's controversy here. But the reason I'm speaking about Souček's header that went in, the build-up play was sensational from us. Benrahma, Declan Rice, Paqueta, the cross from Paqueta, the header from Thomas Souček, that was fantastic. That football was absolutely brilliant. The way we moved the ball, the way Declan Rice dribbled, get the pass from Paqueta, and Souček's just unlucky. He's at the front post. He doesn't know what's behind him. He's hoping there's a defender behind him. He's hoping someone's followed him in. If that was at the back post, it's different. You're looking across the line. Why are you offside? But he's not. He's at the front stick. So I can understand why Souček's. It's just unlucky. It's just a really good goal. It's just a little bit unfortunate that Thomas Souček's gone a little bit early and found himself offside. But we were to go on and win the game, hang on, and we were fantastic. I feel like we could have played another 10, 15 minutes there, and we would have still won. We would have still kept a clean sheet. I didn't really feel threatened by Man United tonight. In fact, you know, like I said, we scored twice and goals have been chalked off. If we had another 10 minutes to go, I'd have fancied us to score it. The only thing stopping me from really saying that is because we were tired. For the last 5-10 minutes of the game, our attacking players were knackered. Jared Bowen still had a little bit in the tank, but we'd done the job. By the 85th minute, job was done. We could start subbing off Antonio and Paqueta. They'd given 100%. They were rinsed. We got it spot on. From start to finish tonight, we got it spot on. And that was an absolute brilliant performance. Now, I just want to say a quick thank you to 2 people. James, thank you very much for £2 super chat. James says, great game. Come on, you Irons. Bloody VAR, though. And Hammer 1999 for saying, Irons. Come on, you Irons. The real United. We'll have a little bit of that. Thank you very much for you two. Now, individual performance. Before I do that, just want to point in the direction of our Patreon. We'll be doing the player ratings tomorrow, and I'm genuinely really looking forward to it. I love doing player ratings after a win, where you're handing out 8s and 9s, maybe a 7. I don't know. 8s and 9s certainly getting handed out, discussing positivity. Me and Gonzo are doing that at 10:30 tomorrow. So if you're on Patreon, 10:30 tomorrow, we'll see you live. If not, get over there. Patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Links in the description. You get additional content. It's a subscription service. So from £3.60 per month, but you get videos in return for your fee, as well as entry into our giveaways, such as the signed Declan Rice armband that we gave away this month, discount our line store, but there's lots of videos, not just player ratings, my opposition prediction, Hammerlytics, my Anton Ferdinand podcast that I do on a regular basis, got the Patreon podcast, Mugger TV, myself and Gonzo, Q&A with former West Ham players, managers, Harry Venn, that's been on, celebrities as well. So please do head on over there if you can. It helps the channel out massively and we appreciate it. But anyway, 10:30 a.m. tomorrow, we will be live. Individual performers. I'm going to talk about three. Everybody, before I do, everybody was brilliant. Everybody tonight was brilliant. There was not one player had a poor game for West Ham tonight. It was the perfect performance from start to finish. But there was three that stood out for me. And first one is Lucas Fabianski. I thought Fabianski was brilliant. I thought Fabianski was absolutely brilliant tonight. A couple of big saves, but not just that. In the first half, off his line twice. Twice he was off his line quick. Wan-Bissaka done someone. Might have been a Gerd. Wan-Bissaka weaved that through him. Fabianski out low to his, got it. No problem at all. I felt very, very confident with Fabianski tonight. When Man United, the last 10 minutes, were doing the build-up, having some shots, I thought, bring it on. Fabianski's got this. I thought he was absolutely brilliant, Fabianski. Not just his shot stopping, off the line, distribution. I thought he was ticking all the boxes. Faultless. Fabianski was absolutely faultless. I'm just clicking on people that are patrons saying to join Patreon because they're the best people to to promote it. Let me just click on this thing here. There you go. That thing will do the talk for it. The reason we're pushing it because it's the last month of the season, so naturally content dips a little bit over the summer. We've got some series in the summer, but it just dips a little bit, so we need to push it. I'll tell you what we'll do. Anyone that joins us on My Old Addict, don't tell Gonzo this, I'm making it up. Anyone that joins My Old Addict this month, so the middle tier, if come the end of the month you're not happy with it, you think this is shit, email us, we'll give you your money back. Okay, we did it earlier in the season with the supporters tier, so we're going to do it with the My Old Addict tier for this week only. Well, this month we'll do it for May. And if come the end of May you think it's not worth my money, email us and we'll give you your money back. No questions asked, because we're confident in what we do over on Patreon. I think it's fucking brilliant value, but I'm a bit biased. Anyway, so that's Fabianski's praise done. There's two more. I'm struggling with my man of match. You know something? Next player, Declan Rice. I thought Rice was sensational. I thought Declan Rice was absolutely sensational tonight. When I did the preview with Beth from the United Stand, and she asked me about Declan Rice, and it was a case of, is he world class though? And I said to her, watch him. You don't watch him every week. I do. And tonight, when we messaged during the game, and I said to her during the game, I said, this is what we see every single fucking week from Declan Rice. Declan Rice tonight was the best midfielder on the pitch. Hands down, no doubt about it. Possibly the best player. I'm going to give someone else the man of the match. You can all guess who it is. But Declan Rice was superb. Whenever Man United came forward, he was there. Interceptions, tackling, just blocking players. Declan Rice can make a tackle without making a tackle. Statistically, it's recorded as an interception, but he will go shoulder to shoulder with someone and coming away with the ball. He's just superb. Tonight, he was absolutely fantastic. His positioning is incredible. And I will say this about Souček, and I still say it about Souček, but tonight I'm saying about Declan Rice as well. I like stats, I like data, but there's not one statistic out there that can record how efficient a player is at positioning, especially out of possession. It's not a thing. You cannot record it. There's no data to say this is how good that player is at position and out of position. Out of possession, sorry. And you get what I'm trying to say. Tonight, Declan Rice was fucking superb. Anytime Man United come forward, he was just there. He was in the way. If I was Bruno Fernandes, I think I would have wanted to snap Declan Rice because he's just constantly in the way. He was fantastic tonight. So if there's any people that were questioning, is he worth 100 million, etc., just sit down and watch that game. Sit down and watch it. Then you might just convince yourself, actually, he might be worth it. James, thank you very much for a £2 super chat. James has literally just paid £2 to promote Patreon for us. He said he's subbed to Patreon. He hasn't regretted it once. So thank you very much. Man of match, I'm going to have to give it to, I'm not wasting it, honestly. I've been out all afternoon. So today, I went out today and I was like, right, went to a craft beer place. I said, I'm not going to have that much because I got work tonight. Anyway, I had a few, and then during the half, I was like, I'll just have a couple more while I'm watching the game. And I'm just drunk on happiness. I'm drunk on happiness. It's a thing, isn't it? I'm fucking buzzing tonight because we can look forward. I've been unable to look forward to the Conference League semi-final 100% because we've got the Premier League relegation thing lingering, haven't we? So I'm 80% excited for it because there's a ceiling on it because of the relegation. battle. That battle's gone as far as I'm concerned. We are safe now. We are safe, regardless of what happens tomorrow. I think we could lose the next 3 games and stay up. So we can now focus on it. I can now get 100% happy, excited for Thursday night. Fucking bring it on, and we can win this competition. I want the bloody trophy. Anyway, man of match. Man of match. Then I'm going to disappear. Lincoln knows it. You all know it. Thilo Kehrer. Thilo Kehrer, man of match. And apologies to Thilo Kehrer. I've probably been his biggest critic at right back. I remember beating Wolves at home and in the video saying Kehrer was right back. And I said, no. He was crap at right back. And I got a bit of stick. I would like to think between then and now I've been proven correct about him at right back. But tonight I'm going to have to concede it, right? Thilo Kehrer tonight was unbelievable. He was superb. We've got a German international there. He played like a German international tonight. He was faultless. Not only was he faultless defensively, he got forward a lot of speed from him, a lot of energy from him. When we went forward, he was there. Defensively, he was there up against numerous opponents. And I will always say, there's one or two compliments I think you can give a player. I always think if you're a player that goes off and the team's performance dips, that's a compliment to that player. So Michail Antonio, for example, who also had a really good game tonight. I'm just not going through the whole 11 patron play ratings, right? But there's also another compliment I like to give defenders, and that is if you come up against numerous direct opponents during that game and you get the better of every single one of them, I don't think there's a bigger compliment you can give a defender, really. Thilo Kehrer started against Bruno Fernandes, who's a tricky little bugger to mark because he keeps wandering off. He was fine, not a problem. Last year coming down the side, not a problem. Don't worry about it. Then he had Marcus Rashford having a pop at him, not a problem. One of the most informed players in the Premier League. Doesn't matter. Thilo Kehrer handled him. Martial went out and had a little pop at him, not a problem. Sancho went out and had a pop at him, not a problem. Kehrer was up against 4 or 5 different opponents tonight at various stages during the 90 minutes, and he bossed every single one of them. Honestly, his pockets are bulging. There's no room in his pockets anymore. They're full up of Man United players. Kehrer was sensational tonight. Honestly, I thought he was absolutely fantastic. In all honesty, I can't believe it. Declan Rice doesn't surprise me. I expect Declan Rice to play like that. I expect Declan Rice to be one of the best midfielders on the pitch every single game. Kehrer, I was worried for. I was really nervous before tonight's game. I thought that was our weakness. He's our strongest player on the pitch by the end of the game. I was enjoying it, though. He was loving it. There was that tackle he did on Malacia a handful of minutes to go. Real big sliding tackle. Got up, started cheering in front of the crowd and stuff like that. And he does care. That's something I've never questioned. We scored a goal not long ago at the London Stadium in front of Sir Trevor stand, and he was bouncing. Kehrer was bouncing. He never scored it. I think it was Zuma scored it. Whoever Zuma scored against, and Kehrer was really going for it with his celebration and stuff. But anyway, Thilo Kehrer, man of match. So to sum it up, what a fantastic result. Honestly, that's it. We can breathe now in the Premier League. We can focus on Thursday, bin off that Brentford game, and go again the following Thursday against Alkmaar and get into the final. We play like that, we'll do all right. We'll get to that final. And I'd fancy us to beat anyone. I've always fancied us to win this competition, and I still do. Today is giving me real hope that we can go on and win it. I'm confident that we're staying up. It'll take, like I said, I think we can lose the last 3 and still remain in the Premier League. We'll be fine. We're fine. That's it. Done. But winning this tournament just got a little bit more likely because of tonight's performance. We've gained confidence and momentum right before the semi-final as well. West Ham's training ground will be buzzing this week. They'll be excited for it. We've already heard Paqueta talking about it, how they keep talking about the Conference League, how they want to make history. We've just taken a huge step to being able to do that tonight, and a thoroughly deserved win. Well done, David Moyes. Got his starting 11 right, got his tactics right, the subs as well. I know it was late, but I don't mind it. I always say it's easy to make subs. So in Man U's case, it's easy to make subs when things are going wrong because you can only get better. But when you're playing as well as we did, it's difficult to make substitutions because even if there's just a 2% dip in performance, that can really impact your team. I thought Moyes got everything bang on tonight. From start to finish, starting 11, substitutions, everything. Moyes got it Spoiler, tomorrow in the player ratings, I'm going to give David Moyes a 10 out of 10. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this review, please do drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're to Hammers Chat. Like I said, if you want to check out Patreon, go to patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Links in the description. If you join My Old Addict this month and you think it's shit, we'll give you your money back at the end of it. Catch you in a bit.